See, it's right here. But let's take a look at how dingy this guy is. Dingy.
The timestamp on this video is January 27th, 2016, which is not the day this event happened. This event took place January 26th. So why is the timestamp on this video a day off? In the history of false footage given to the people trying to explain events, it's very often for the timestamp to be off. And I think this is part of the riddle the powers that be put before our eyes.
So, he says it's a day off. Actually, it's not a day off. It's only 8 hours off. January 27, 2016 at 12:25 in the morning. Okay, let's take a look exactly how that would be. And if you look right here, I took this screenshot earlier tonight. And here it is right here. 5:02 my time, which is mountain time, which would make it 4:02 Pacific time. So I want you to think, make it 4:25 Pacific time. Just bear with me here a second. So if it was 4:02, forget I just said 4:25. So if it's 4:02 Pacific time but 5:02 Mountain time, what time would it be Zulu Greenwich Mean Time? That's right, it would be 12:02 a.m. So as you can see here, Zach just made a fatal calculation. And they did tell you, well, I know I don't believe anything the FBI says either, but this is not a day off. It's only 8 hours off. If you go across the Atlantic Ocean to Greenwich Mean Time, you have a 5-hour difference. 5 hours from the Atlantic coast all the way to Great Britain or the UK or wherever Greenwich Mean Time starts. That's where it's at. So as you can see, he's trying to tell everybody that this is a sign. Oh, it's a day off. This is a sign. And, well, he goes on to tell you even more.
And they're made for TV manipulation. I want to show you something about this wrong date that they put on here. 1/27/16 is a date with 44 numerology. And if you're new to my channel, that's a special number. That's the kill number. So many assassinations and deaths are centered around this number, the word kill.
Well, since it wasn't the wrong date, well, that nullifies his whole Grimatria argument. But let's see what he did to attack me.
Shill has a gematria of 44, just like the numerology of this mistaken timestamp. Okay, so we're going to close this video out by watching Professor Doom's breakdown of the shooting. What I want you to take away is that Professor Doom is not a reliable source of information, which should be apparent just based on his name, Professor Doom, reminding you of the mainstream media.
Not a reliable source of information just based on my name. My Lord, I didn't know that somebody's name was going to hold such a stigma to them that they are a bastion of unreliable information. I did not know that.
It's constant fear-mongering. I'm familiar with Doom's channel because almost every day subscribers of mine send me videos from Doom saying, hey, check out what Professor Doom found.
And guess what? You know what's really crazy? All of those people that are telling him to check out the video and the stuff that I found, not a one person on my channel has ever told me, hey, you should go check out what Zach Hubbard found. Nobody, not a one of them. You know why? Because your stuff isn't worthy of it. Nobody has found your stuff worthy of coming to me telling me that you have found anything, because you're an idiot.
So what's hilarious about that comment that he just made is not only is it a lie, but also Professor Doom was subscribed to my channel at the time he was making the remarks, as he had been for almost the entire time I've been here. Professor Doom was one of my earliest subscribers. And the whole time he's been subscribed to my channel, I haven't subscribed to his because Professor Doom doesn't have any information I'm interested in hearing. You know? I let him know. I said, hey, buddy, while you're calling me out, realize you're subbed to my channel. He messages this back. I just corrected the problem. Now unsubbed. Let's let him continue.
There you go. How do you like me now? You're a freaking idiot. There. I'm not done venting, though.
And just keep in mind, as he calls all these names and insults, all along, Professor Doom was fooled by the hoax, if you want to believe that. I'm telling you, the guy's a shill. He's here to confuse people, spread misinformation. All of his videos are the same. Oh, I haven't taken the time yet to figure out what's happened. I mean, if you don't know what's going on in the mainstream media in 2016, you shouldn't be doing informational videos trying to help people out. Professor Doom needs to go back to the classroom, learn what's going on in the real world. The mainstream media is a propaganda tool run by the Masons, run by the military. It is a psychological operation. It is nothing but deception, lies, dishonesty, manipulation, just like Professor Doom himself.
So Matty D created a...
So then he goes on to attack Matty D, who's one of his biggest supporters. I don't even know what he's doing attacking Matty D. For a little lesson on the Mormons, Truth Seeker, you know, Professor Doom tried to dismiss what I was saying about the timestamp and the 44 numerology and the kill number. In the history of the Mormon Church, Joseph Smith, who hails out of New York, tried to set up his religion in New York, then tried to set it up in Chicago before setting it up in Utah. Or his plan was to go out to Utah, but he was killed in Illinois. Anyhow, Joseph Smith was murdered in the year 44, the kill number. And since making that video talking about 44 and what it has to do with death, we've seen numerous celebrities die by the number 44, and we've seen the death of Antonin Scalia on the 44th day. So, you know, here Doom is trying to give this illogical explanation of why the FBI would be using Zulu time, Greenwich Mean Time. I mean, we're talking about the West Coast of the United States. The FBI is not an international investigation service. There's no reason for them to be using Zulu time. My point still stands for why they made the timestamp the 27th, with the numerology connecting to death. And here, in Professor Doom's own religion, Mormonism, the founder killed in the year 44. And what happened 33 years later? Yes, number 2, Brigham Young, dropped dead out of nowhere. 33 years after Joseph Smith. So it's a little history lesson for you Mormons. For those of you who aren't Mormon but are routinely harassed by Mormons coming to your door, I'll tell you a surefire way to get rid of them. Give them a gematria lesson at the doorstep. A perfect one to teach them is about the number 74, Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, all that. They will never come back if you do that to them again. As I told the Mormons the last time they visited me, they were just another Masonic religion contrived by the numbers, and give them the history of Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, dead by the numbers. That'll be the last the Mormons ever come to your door. They're not looking for knowledgeable people. They're looking for gullible people to suck into their lies, just as Professor Doom is. So for all of you who subscribe to that channel, and all of you who like that channel, what you're doing is you're supporting a shill, you're supporting a liar, you're supporting a Mormon fraud from the cult religion. That's what Professor Doom is. And that's why he was so passionate about defending Lavoy Finicum, the fraud, the Mormon. If you haven't seen my other work on the hoax that was the Oregon standoff, please check that out. Nobody covered it better. I predicted what it would be from day one. My videos are always short, to the point, and on point. Professor Doom could never say that about his work. Until next time.